various groups. The Federal College of Animal Production and Animal Health and Production Technology. If not, okay, it's around. Let's. Thank you, sir. Then we have in our team lead under the accounts, audit, store and procurement staff, entrepreneurship all, right here. And Mr. Karonwe and Mr. Jaguna will take charge. Group C, all the field workers, assemble at the ND1 Agri-Tech class. ND1 Agri-Tech class. Mr. Adesoya and Mrs. Ala will take charge of that group. Group E, technical craftsmen, artisans, hairdressers, and barbers. The venue will be ND1 Hall, ND1 Agric Engineering Hall. Dr. Mode, Engineer Ilori, and Engineer Atere will take charge of that group. Then Group F, medical unit. The venue is the health center here. Mrs. Aneto will take charge. Group G is the library, and the venue is the library, the college library. Mr. Shukoya will take charge of that. So I'll repeat it once more. Group A, all registry staff and all administrative staff will stay in this place, this lecture theater. Group B, account, audit, store and procurement. Those four to go to entrepreneurship hall here. Group C, field workers, all field workers, go to the auditorium hall. Group D, technologists, ICT, field and lab, go to ND1 class. Group E, technical craftsmen, artisans, hairdressers and barbers, go to ND1 Agric Engineering Hall. Group F, medical units, all health center staff, health-related staff, go to the health center. Then Group G, library, should go to the college library. Please, the leaders to each of these groups should ensure that we for this morning's paper presentation, themed internal control mechanism in agricultural funds management. As we get back to you, Dr. Okweze will handle that as to where to use. So before I call the resource person for this morning, that is Mr. Ayodele Olayinka, the Bossa FCAP and T Ibadan. I'd like us to know a little about him, and I will read his profile. The profile of Mr. Ayo Olayinka. Mr. Ayodele Olakanmi Olayinka, CNA, MBA, HND, and BSc Honors, is an experienced finance and administration professional with over 30 years of service in public sector accounting, financial management, budgeting, and instructional governance. He currently serves as the bursar of the Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, where he provides strategic leadership in financial administration, resource management, and accounting systems. He holds a Master of Business Administration, MBA, degree from the University of Ado-Ekiti, Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, and affiliated with the Institute of Cost Management of Nigeria, ICMA, Nigerian Institute of Management, NIM. Mr. Olayinka has served in various capacities at the Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, IRT, Ibadan, the Federal College of Agriculture, Ibadan, and now Federal College of Animal.
To first and foremost appreciate the CEO of Federal College of Animal Agriculture, Ibadan, and the management team to have given me this great privilege to come back home and speak to my people here. Because I would say I'm not a stranger here or a visitor. Omawale, Omawale, because I was here for years as the head of accounts. I've been subordinate to Mr. Shonibare for years before I transferred my service to College of Animal Health, Ibadan. And as I've heard, I work with IRT as well. Then during the autonomy of colleges, I moved to Agric, from here down to Federal College of Animal Health as person. The work before me this morning is not much, and I want to go quickly and briefly over it. Yeah, thank you so much. Now, right from the beginning of this, I would just say I would dwell more on the internal control mechanism in agricultural fund management, because we accountants, we are the custodian of the money of any agency. And I want to tell you this morning, before we go into the slides, so make it very brief and not too boring. We are talking about internal control. We are talking about the generality of the policy put in place by the management of an agency to secure the assets, and I will add also and liabilities of that agency. Now, when people hear about control, they be thinking about just the physical aspects, like having security guard, having padlock on our doors, getting a very strong safe to put our money and other things. But I want to tell you this morning that security and internal control is more than that. We are talking about internal control. We are talking about the entire security or control or policy put in place by an agency to secure the property. Let me give you an instance. The control of this college or internal control of this college or an agency starts from the gate. With that little man that you put at the gate, it's a control. Let me give you an instance. I went to UI sometimes ago. I went to my official car and I drove in at their gate without collecting the tag from the security man. The security man was very busy attending to other things, not knowing that he used to give tally to any registered federal government car. I just drove in. I did what I wanted to do. I was coming back. I was stopped at that gate. Where is your tally? I said I didn't collect tally. I was held down there. I was taken back to their security post. They profiled me from head to toe. I have to show them my ID card, show them letter of give it to us by the admin that we can use the vehicle before you can now now go. What am I trying to say? That when we are talking about control, we are talking about almost every one of us here. We are in one control place or the other. The control of this one we are talking about lies with me, lies with you. Control of assets, how to secure our assets, is with me and it is with you. Don't just say the management are there to property. They are there to manage it for us. No. You have one input or the other to put as an individual. Thank you so much. Now, today we want to talk about the internal control system. Learning objective. 1. We are to understand agri-finance accountability system and why they are matters. Then number 2, explain core internal control mechanism in agricultural institutions. Then number 3, we should be able to identify common financial risk in agricultural fund management. And number 4, strengthen transparency, compliance, and financial governance. Number 5, improve stewardship of public, donor, and institutional fund. We are talking about public there, we are talking about the federal government, or you have any sponsor from any state where you reside. Then number 6, apply best practices to real world agricultural fund management scenarios. Next. Now, we want to talk about the core concepts that drives institutional finance integrity. Number 1 is accountability. Accountability, you can see there, is obligations of individual, myself, you, the provost, the management, the field workers, individuals, to answer for the use, which means once you are given a fund to expend on the project, already a standard has been set as they are giving you. This money is meant for the purchase of these glasses. Money. That is, they have entrusted the money to your hand now. It's now your obligation, it's now your duty to ensure that you are able to achieve what you have told to achieve with that fund. Number 2, transparency. That is openness in financial operations, ensuring that records, reports, and decisions are accessible, accurate, and comprehensible to all stakeholders. For instance, Mr. A gave me money to buy these glasses, pair of glasses. He gave me 5,000 naira. I must be able to account for that 5 naira and prove that these glasses worth 5 naira. Transparency. Not that I will just go somewhere and just join the hands together and bring it. Here is your glasses, so, and I'm going. No. The glasses for people to read very, very well when I put it on. Number 3, stewardship. Responsible management and guardianship of agricultural fund, maximizing value, minimizing waste, and preserving the integrity of resources. Some of us in government agency will take cash advances to procure one thing or the other. They must be able to give a steward. I've gotten the cash advances, or you have gotten just one, I've incurred the expenses. Here is the rendition. In my college there, we do fight every now and then. Ask me on what? Rendition of cash advances. To collect government money is very easy. You just apply. Oga Provost, we want to buy 10 pens in our department. We want to buy Biro. We want to buy this. Oga will approve. The process will continue like that. The money will pay to your account. You collect the money. Some of us, maybe out of ignorance, will have bought those items. But to retire that particular cash advance becomes a problem for us. You have bought the item right, quite all right. But to just present the receipt of that item to the audit, I've bought this item, 10 in number, 15 in number, just help me endorse it. Write a memo on that one. This how far I've gone. Here is your rendition. No way. It's part of control. Thank you so much. Then number 4, finance governance. The framework of rules, system, and process that guides financial making, oversight, and reporting within an agricultural institution. Don't just spend the money, you have to give account. Next. We are talking about the source flow and utilization of agricultural funds. Number 1, we have the sources there: government allocation, TET fund intervention, donor grant fund, research grants, development projects and NGOs, internally generated revenue. We know those ones, though we are not beneficial of TET fund presently, but I know one day they will take us back to that platform. Then you can see how we spend the money there on personal emolument and other the correct expenditure. We have capital project and infrastructure. We have research and extension. We have procurement and supplies. Next. Now, why internal control matters? Why do we need internal control? Why can't I dip my hand in government coffer and spend the money anyhow? Why do I need to just follow the procedure that has been put in place on how to expend government money? 1, we have to protect the government assets. Take for instance, in our different homes, some of us will put some of these things in place or in places that we will just say, when we want to go and sleep in the night, there are some things we will turn off so that to avoid fire. All the fan on, all the light on, you are less concerned. You are less what? You are less concerned. And your duty as individual in your that small corner is to protect the assets, whether big or small, to avoid loss. Your duty, no matter how small you rate yourself in the system, your duty is to ensure that the assets of that institution is well protected with your own little support and effort. Number 2, fraud prevention. There are tendencies that they want to commit fraud, but once all those procedures are put in place, then you have tried your best as human being. Then number 3, compliance assurance. Then we have operational efficiency, we have financial integrity, and we have stakeholder confidence. Each layer reduces a different category of risk. They form a defense in-depth model for public agricultural funds. Next. Now, we have component of an effective internal control. We have COSO framework, a global standard for financial governance. Number 1, we have to control the environment. Number 2, risk assessment. You can see the tone. You are just on your own. You are just on your own. You have to deliver. If you are saying, my subordinate, deliver this report to me in the next 1 hour, 2 hours, and you too, they brought some things to you for approval, and that is still, you are still dragging foot on that thing before you approve it, or you move it down to the next person. You are leading by example. Are we there? I was listening to somebody TikTok yesterday. I think the VC of Kogi State University. I just talked on it yesterday. The man said that since he has been growing up in his career, he said he has told God and made that covenant that any memo that comes in anytime must be treated within 2 hours. For some of us, they will bring it to us around 1 o'clock. We won't touch it with the management until the following day. They will bring voucher to audit. You won't work on it until the following day. They will bring some report to you. Instead of going through the report immediately and take the necessary step to prevent whatever risk that may be that need to be controlled on time. You will not do it. Then number 2, risk assessment. You must identify, analyze, and respond to risk. Look, for instance, now this is College of Agriculture. You must know this planting time and the harvest time. You must be able to read the weather. Should we plant now? Should we do it anyhow or other time? should we harvest it now or we leave it for some time before we go for the harvest? You must be able to plan the risk. You must be able to read the financial, movement of currency. Maybe the dollar is going up today. You must be able to forecast. Know the risk involved in all these things as a management or as an individual that you are the custodian of that fund. Don't just do it as if whether it's good or not, after all my salary is going, no problem. Control activities, the policy approval, the conciliation review, then those are the things that we need to be followed. Especially that approval procedure, that must be well followed. I will talk about that later, because an individual in an agency cannot start a transaction and complete it. You can't start from A and do it to Z as an individual. You are the approver, you are the initiator, you are the uploader, you are this, you are that, and so on. No, it must pass through stages. Then the next one, information and communication, timely, accurate this data for decision making. It must be timely. I've talked about that. You do your work on time and pass it to the next appropriate table for actions. Don't just delay it and say, well, that one, you will see me. You are not helping the system. Then number 5, monitoring activities. That is ongoing and periodic evaluation of control. You have to check the control we put in place here. Is it working well? Or people are trying to cut corners. You have to evaluate it and probably improve on it, or probably delete some and put another one in place. Some of the control you put in place might have been outdated. Are we there? You can see that even formerly when we are using this Nokia, this noise-making Nokia, that time you have to input and input, but now with your fingerprint, you are moving forward. Thank you. Next. Then we have segregation of duty. That is a key internal control mechanism. We have 7 essential mechanisms every agricultural institution must operationalize. Number 1, segregation of duties. No single officer initiates, approve, and record a transaction. I've said that one. That is part of control that you must put in place. Even in your personal business, it will help you. In your personal business, it will help you. And I want to tell you something this morning. All this control we are talking about, one day we will. Anything approve this must pass through my team. Because all of us, we have gotten that only stand from up there. So we have right to approve. What I told them as I head, this kind of value or quantum before you approve it. You have to get the identity. Maybe from 0 to 500, 0 to 400, 0 to 999, or anything 1 million above, I must see it and sign by myself. It's one of the control that you must put in place. Then budgetary control, expenditure tracking against approved budget line, quarterly review. Even that budget control, you will have to do it internally by yourself. But I know that some of us here that works with FOC, you will see that from Abuja, they do come here to monitor the budget of government every year. They come quarterly, come to evaluate how far you are going about government money you have entrusted into the college. Then procurement control, there must be competitive bidding. Then procurement approval, then there must be TDS. What are we talking there? I'm talking about, you can't just say you want to award the contract and you just do one company and just award the company, the contract and that company, then you know people must be at least that one must be done. It's important. And when you look at it, it is that feeling from my job, for that was picking for one project. You want to put down there, you need more of it. You can't just say, one person and then one person go there, you know that to ensure that these 3 companies the ability to that project before we do it. So that not a competition. Because I go to my own, and I'm going to go to my own as a better. Somebody will better get same quality, same quantity, and or $8,000. And so government wants to $12,000. Now look at it. Look at the how the party and whether that is important. Then you can go to the business. Then the next one, asset management. There must be sponsors their department. You must keep assets register. It's very important. There must be assets register where you record all the assets of the college. There must be, it must be updated regularly. Let's say you have kept the register up to now, and probably tomorrow or today you got this laptop. It must enter your assets register because this one is not disposable. I can use laptop for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and when the laptop goes for it, then you remove it from that register. If you have a building, you put it there, a vehicle, you put it there. Just leave everything assets, except disposables or consumables. That's how you will not bother yourself to put it in the asset register. That's stationary. You buy stationery like paper, toner, and so on and so forth. All those ones will not be considered. But what we call asset must be registered in that asset register. Then we have physical verification. If we say that in that department we have 10 laptops, and the auditor comes to the department to say, okay, laptops 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, or probably it's 4. Out of that, you must issue a memo to that effect. Where are the remaining ones? Where are the laptops? You must flag it. We have to tell him or her that wait, this one is there, that one is there. Thank you. Then the next one, we have a tagging and custody control, bank reconciliation. Monthly bank reconciliation to cash book must be done by the account department. It is a must, very, very compulsory. Not a matter whether I don't have time, you must have time. Then we have suspect account to correct some errors that might arise. The documentation control, complete sequence, voucher, supporting document, retention policy. Next. Then we can look at this one, that is structured view of likelihood and impact across critical risk area. We have financial risk, procurement risk, and we have fraud risk. Look at that one, liquidity, exchange rate. I've talked about that one briefly. Fund release delay, like we are having now. The procurement risk, non-compliance, split of contract, conflict of interest. I have interest in the contractor, therefore my contractor must win that project. Then fraud risk, misappropriation, ghost worker, forged document. The project implementation risk, that is cost overrun when you begin to expand the project beyond what you want in the drawing. You have a 10 by 10 building to be built, but along the line you say, this one will not accommodate us. Let's take it to 20 by 20. That is cost overrun. Then by so doing, you are already causing problems. Cyber security risk. Next. Then we have accountability through monitoring, reporting, and auditing. I've talked about that one briefly. Internal audit, continuous independent review of control and compliance. You have to go around and see whether what you have put in place are still working or are also. Then financial reporting. There must be monthly, quarterly, annual financial statement to management and government. That is the work of the auditor. There must be monthly report to the provost, to the CEO every month. At the college is bearing the General Federation. We have a third one. If they give you money, you have to account for it. Then we have donor audit. That if you have independent donors, you have to give them the account, especially this World Bank of a thing. You have to give account of every kobo you spend from their money. Independent verification. Next. Then we have this digital tool for financial accountability. When you put this one in place, I think you are somehow secure to a certain level, because that is what is killing us in Nigeria. There is no system in place. We have a very solid system in place. Then to bypass that system, you have to sit down very well and think about it. How do I bypass this system? Next. Then we have the dashboard there. Here you can measure your performance with your standard. At the beginning of the year, or when the fund is released to you, you have a standard set that this is what you should achieve with this fund. Then when you now get there, you now compare your actual achievement with the standard that they have set for you or you have set for yourself. Next. Then we have the common challenges in Agricultural Fund management. We have weak, that is the only one we talk about here. Weak internal control. Once the internal control is weak, or you don't even have any internal control put in place already, forget about that system. The system cannot work. So you can see it under that one. We have poor documentation, we have delay reporting. I'm talking about that. Inadequate capacity, you can see procurement irregularity, then resource leakage. Next. Then the next one is the role of financial leadership and accountability. You can see the diagram there. We have a governing boss, management team. You are the head there, and we have the bossa, custodian of public fund and financial policy, accountant, that's under the bossa or the internal auditor. We have book record, IPSA, reporting, independent assurance, advisory, that is the internal auditor. Then we have procurement officer. You must comply with those rules by PPP. The value for money must be ensured. The project manager consultant, you can see that one there. We have project manager that will look after every project you are back upon. That one you must put them in place as well. Then next, we have the strategic recommendation. You must strengthen the governance, that establish audit committee, review authority schedule, define roles clearly, so that my role will not cross over to your own role. Then risk-based auditing, implement risk register, prioritize high-risk area for internal audit focus. Then improve reporting. So you have to improve your reporting. Presently, we are using IPSA for preparation of our accounts now. IPSA now. So submit returns on time, produce quarterly financial report. Then we have invest in capacity. You have to train your staff every now and then, so that they can know what is on in the world as a whole. Then go digital. Like now we have GIVEMIS and IPS integration. We have e-procurement, digital document management. Then we have transparency culture. Publish financial summaries, implement whistleblower policy, and so on. Next. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, let's give him a round of applause for the well-delivered paper. Please, there are some important announcements we have to listen to before we go to our various groups. Those that will be going to the hall, that is a group. Sorry. Group C, all the field workers, please, when you are going to the hall, because we have taken all the chairs from the hall to bring to this place, kindly carry one chair that you will use to sit at the main hall. All the field workers that are going to the hall, please pick a chair from the single chairs to take along to that hall for you to use. Then for all the lecturers in our midst, the arrangement is that you join any group of any department that you are working in. So if, for example, you are working, let me give you an example. Maybe your department has to do with the field workers. Yes, for example, those that are going, if your department falls within the field workers, like horticulture, like what's our farm, organic farm and things like that. So the lecturers in that area will join the people in the hall. Then for so please, any of the departments where you are lecturing, just be into any of the groups that we have earlier mentioned as a lecturer, because you can contribute to the knowledge of those people even more than having all of the lecturers gathered together in one place and with different and divergent, how do I put it? The Igbo has run away. Borrow me Igbo. What I meant is that our so for those of us that came in late, please let's listen to our groups again. So I will mention the groups again. Group A, all registry and administrative staff. We will stay inside this hall. All registry and administrative staff belongs to Group A. We will stay in this lecture theatre. Group B, all accounts, audits, store, procurement staff. Please, you will to entrepreneurship hall here. Entrepreneurship hall. Group C, all the field workers and all the lecturers in that line. You go to the main auditorium. But please, when you are going, take a chair along because there's no chair in that place to use. Group D, technologists, ICT, field and lab. All the technologists in these three fields, please go to ND1 Agri-Tech class. ND1 Agri-Tech class. You will meet Mr. Ayo Adesoya and Mrs. Ala there. Group E, technical craftsmen, artisans, hairdressers, and barbers, including the lecturers in that area. Please go to ND1 Agric Engineering Hall. ND1 Agric Engineering Hall. Group F, all the medical staff and health-related staff. You will stay at the health center. Mrs. Aneto will overlook that. Oversee that rather. Then Group G, library staff, all library staff and lecturers related to that, you will go to the college library. All the lecturers, individual lecturer will go to their departmental groups to join them. I hope it is clear. I hope this is clear, please. You are not answering, no, please. Okay. So do we have any other question before we disperse? We are not coming back here. We are going to disperse from our various groups for today. But tomorrow we will gather here again from 8:30 to register. Then the program will start by 9 for the closing program. So thank you all for coming. God be with us and grant us deep understanding of what we are being taught and will be taught. Different groups. The sessions are different groups ends at 2 p.m. The session ends at 2 p.m. at your various groups. Please take note of that. If your lecturers are going beyond the time, remind them. 2 p.m. Thank you. because of photographs that we'll take. Registry staff, move forward. Don't sit at the back. Registry staff, move forward, please. My oga said I should control everybody. Control, I'm pressing, control, press, control. Control, press. Computer language, you know. Control, shift forward. I press computer language. Control, shift forward. Tope, I will report you to the provost that I was talking, you are not listening. Move forward. Everybody move forward. Oga provost, then move forward. Dr. Ilori, move forward.
This morning on the authority and permission of the Registrar of the College, Mr. A.S. Abbas. We all know his disposition at this time. He promised to join us briefly, and we pray that God will perfect all that concerns him. I bring greetings also in the name of the Provost of the College, the Chief Executive, #1 Administrator in College of Agriculture, and the Chief Accounting Officer. He sends his regards. He's not taking us for granted, and he has told us severally that we are not support staff, we are professionals. We are professionals in our fields, and as such, a lot is expected from us. He calls the registry the life wire, the life of Federal College of Agriculture. That means at all times we must be above board in our conduct, in quality service delivery, as we were told yesterday. For all of us that were here yesterday, we have learned one or two things. I learned many things yesterday. Because yesterday, it has even been entrenched in me that I will do my part, the college will do its part, and together we will bring positive changes in civil service and Federal Republic of Nigeria as a whole. I will introduce myself. I am always say, you are the registrar in your various schools. That means you must behave in such a manner that commands the respect and authority of the registrar. That means you must not do anything that will bring the name of the registrar, the provost, and the college into disrepute. Like we always read for our students during their oath-taking at matriculations. A lot is expected of us. They have classed us up there. We too must match that effort. I pray God will help us. This morning we are continuing in that same topic, dynamics of service delivery. But at this forum, we'll have different speakers that will tell us what and what they do. They will introduce themselves, they will tell us their cadres or their designation, and they will tell us what they do, what is expected of them. And I pray that if we listen, we will all be able to learn from each of the speakers today. Thank you and God bless you. This morning, the first person I'll call is our mommy. Yes. A seasoned secretary. What the onions. These people are the people that have risen through the ranks, not by double promotion, not by transfer, not by secondment. They started from the scratch in Federal College of Agriculture. They have gotten to some have gotten to the peak of their careers, some are still moving forward. Our first speaker today is no other person than Alhaja M. Feyi-Shetan.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mrs. M.I.Y. Feyi-Shetan. I'm a Chief Confidential Secretary. I'm in the account department, but I've worked in several departments in this organization. Then my topic is the service we render as a confidential secretary in Federal College of Agric, Ibadan. As a secretary, who is the secretary? A secretary is an administrative officer or a professional administrative who manage day-to-day office operation, communication and schedule. They act as the central point of contact for an organization, ensuring that businesses and executive function efficiently. Then the function of a secretary, pardon me. A secretary do? A secretary, a secretary what are the works of a secretary? A secretary do the confidentiality and security service. A secretary handle sensitive information such as personal records, financial documents, and strategic plan. They are expected to maintain confidentiality and protect organizational information from authorized access. A secretary do the work of public relations services through courteous interaction with clients, visitors and stakeholders. Secretaries help maintain the organization reputations and promote good relationship with the public. Moreover, in every organization services, secretary play a vital role in it. More again, a secretary is a confidential secretary that handle typing, screening of the documents, arrange the information, maintain administrative works. Again, reception and customer service. Secretary often serve as the first point of contact for visitors, customers and business partners. They welcome guests, answer inquiries, provide information and create a positive image of the organization. Preparation of documents. Secretary prepare various office documents such as reports, memorandum, proposal, minutes of the meeting, and presentation, proposal and presentations. Their accuracy and professionalism contribute to effective business communication. Meeting management services. Secretary organize meetings by preparing an agenda, notifying participants, arranging venue, taking minutes and follow up on decision making during meeting. What does this? Then our services. What is the meaning of services? And the services we render. Definition of services. Services refers to any acts, assistance, effort, or benefit provided by one person, group, or organization to another. It can be defined as any activity or performance rendered by an individual or organization for the benefit of others. Service cannot be seen or touched or handle. The key personnel who provide essential services are secretaries through the administrative and clerical duties. The more services rendered by a secretary through the service, we attend to customers. We are the image of the organization. At least the first person seen when entering any organization is the secretary. And before you can see any boss, you must interact with the secretary. Furthermore, secretary is in charge of the typing of the minutes, correct if there is any mistake in the minute of the meeting, the agenda, and so on and so forth. Then, in conclusion, a secretary play a role, too much role in organization. For example, during MBT, without secretary, they can't approve any courses we ask them to come for. Even before, immediately they arrive, they'll be asking for the secretary. Is there any secretary that we attend, he or she will attend to them? So that shows how important secretary is in an organization. Then, moreover, relationship between service and secretary function. Secretary are services provider within an organization. They render quality services like administrative communication and organization support to executive, employee, customer, and other shareholder. But in agricultural, in Federal College of Agric, not done. You are not recognized. All these duties was given to administrator, which is not supposed to be. At least as a secretary, we too should have a say in anything handled in the organization. So I'm very happy that, and I'm given the privilege to be able to talk a little bit about what I know in Federal College of Agric. God bless Federal College of Agric. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elijah, for this exposition this morning. Some of us were quite lucky to have met these two mamas that I will mention. Elijah Fausat Olufunke Odesanya of blessed memory, and Mama Karowi. They retired with dignity, and they worked with dignity, and they were recognized as such. After the set of the Mama Alaja Odesanya, Mama Karowi, then we have the set of Alaja Feishiton, Mrs. Babalola, and then like that, Mrs. Geraldine Chima, and like that, and like that. The church this morning, especially for those of us who knew and worked with Alaja Odesanya and Mama Karowi, and many of us are now opportunity to work with Alaja Feishiton now because of the sensitivity of our office. Alaja Odesanya worked in provost office till she retired. Mama Carol, we worked in the registrar's office till retirement. Those are public offices. Bursary is not that public. It is public, but it is not public due to the sensitivity of information and materials there. The charge this morning is, let each and every one of us build ourselves. Like I said earlier in my charge, we are administrators. We should not be looked down upon. At the same time, we should not behave in a way that is unbecoming of an administrator. Whether you are a clerical officer, you are a data assistant, you are a data officer, you are in programming, you are executive or core admin officers. We should not behave in a way that is unbecoming. In our dealings with ourselves, with our bosses, students, staff, and the general public. God help us. Next, I'll call on the director, examinations and records. Tell us about service delivery in exams and records. I agree they might not deal so much with staff, except for the academic staff, when it comes to record taking, students, results and stuff. But I still want him to let him give a stewardship of service in exams and records. We welcome Mr. Adeyinka S. Opaleye.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. I stand on the existing protocol. I want to appreciate the provost of the college, the management, and the organizer, the facilitator, and the committee that organizes this seminar series. And I believe that we are going to benefit a lot from it. Be that as it may, I'm here to talk about the service delivery as it pertains to exams and record units. Now, let me go by this one. After the students have gotten admission in the college, they are expected to do their orientation. Then they settle down after the orientation for lectures and practical series. And the lectures and practical series, they are going to take it for 16th to 17th weeks of intensive lecture and practicals. So after this one, they are expected to sit for an examination. That's where my unit comes in. Now, let me go by the introduction of my unit before I go into the details now. This is the composition of my unit. We have the data manager, Mr. Gary Balogun, is in charge of the data manager. And what that all means is that he is in charge of the processing of the students' results, transcripts, certificates, and everything. And God help him. Now, after then, we have Mrs. Ilori. That's the admin officer in charge of the office, coordinating the mails that comes in and the administrative matters as regards the exam and record units. Then I have the executive officer too, Mrs. Ido. Then Mr. Femi and Mr. Oluwadetu, they assisted Mr. Dari Balogun. So that's the composition of my units. Then the exam and record units. What are we expected to do? Like I said, after the lecture, then thank God, all of us here, we are parents, and we are expected that once we set our students to school, we are expected to give us the results. So the examination,
I'm very sorry, and I apologize for cutting into the delivery. As he started speaking, the registrar of the college, Mr. Bimbade Saibu Abbas, came in. Like I told us earlier, he said he will come, he will see us, felicitate with us before he leaves. Please can we welcome him as he gives us his charge this morning. Good morning, sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning again.
Morning, sir.
I'm happy to be here today, and I'm also happy for you. This program, this is the first program that ever happened in this college. So I want us to appreciate the executive provost of this college for this program that's organized in this college. I want you to appreciate. Please, can you appreciate the provost? No, the provost is not here. I want you to appreciate him. This workshop is not ordinary. I want you to use whatever you have learned here. I want you to make use of it when you get to your various departments and units. Don't just come here and sit down. I want you to be listening and listening very well for whatever you ever achieve from this place. Well, I wish all of you the best of luck. Thank you. I want to appreciate the director of staff, Mrs. Popola, for a job well done. I have not been around for the past, for weeks now. I have not been around, and he has represented me very well. He's still representing me now, because immediately I dropped this mic, I'm going to somewhere which very known to her. Please, I want you to appreciate it. She has done very well in the registry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You are highly welcome, sir. So as I was saying before our guy comes in, examination preparation is a serious business, and in that manner, all hands has to be on deck. So my units, exam and repo units, we work together in conjunction with the examination committee and with the deans of each school for the smooth conduct of the examination on campus. Now, like I've said earlier, the rules of the exam and record, which are to prepare the student results, the certificates, the transcripts, student results, and what have you, and anything pertaining to student matters, student records, we keep them to not examination alone. That's why we call exams and record. We keep records of students, like the exam scripts, the question papers, and anything that may be needed for maybe accreditation and academic matters is in our custody to keep for academic purposes, like I've said. Now, these are the duties expected for a staff exams and record it. And let me chip in this one. I'm saying these are duties expected of a staff working in the exam and record it. Mindfully, note that the staff working there, they are not going to retire there. They are still going to move to other sections. So invariably, I'm talking to every member of staff, because what is applicable to them is applicable to every member. You are an administrator, so to say. Now, the first one is that anybody that's going to work in that unit, that it's made, that unit is the heartbeat of the college, and the provost and management hold that unit in high esteem. So the first attribute is that anybody working there must be of high integrity. Integrity matters for anybody working in the exam and record, knowing fully that our students now, they are more, so to say, to them, they are more smarter than us, and they love to cut corners and to do anything that can malign and put that puts the college into disrepute. So as a staff here, we must not pollute anybody to water any results or to do any anti-parking, anything that might bring the college to disrepute. We must be of high integrity, and that's the first one we must put in our mind. The second is that, like our guys told us yesterday, I'm referring to our guy, Mr. Bukola. Our guy said something yesterday which I picked, that in the discharge of our duties, college should do what comes first. The interest of the college should be above our own interest. So anybody working in the exam and record unit must bring the interest of the college above his own interest. Don't think of what you must earn, what you must gain. Think of the interest of the college in whatever you are doing and in your relationship in the set of your duties. The The third one is that anybody that wants to work in that unit must be patient and thorough. There's an issue that happened about 2 weeks ago. I even learned from that one. That lady came to collect her certificate. So Mr. Taiwo and Mr. Niyi were taken to her. You collected your certificate. The lady stood there and said, what happened? They now took the case to our Oga, Mrs. Popola. You know, in fact, I give it to Auntie, God bless you, ma. Auntie just brought the notebook 10, 12 years ago. Auntie now said, look at it. Is this not your name? Why not the one that signed for it? Lady now said, she just hesitated, I'm the one. And she went back. I'm talking of thoroughness. I did not have the record. The lady was still insisted that she doesn't collect the certificate. So that's what saved the situation. So we must be thorough. So we must be thorough and above board. I used to say that I didn't work, you must be upstairs. You must have your record upstairs because those you are dealing with, they want to push something at you. So you must know what you are doing at every point in time and keep your record intact. You must guide yourself. Otherwise, they will have to shift blame. So please, let's be thorough and let's be patient and be courteous in our dealings. Then we have to attend to our students, anything that pertain to them on time. Timely is very important. Like they say, it's time is money. So what we need to bring the money, like I said, we are dealing with students, and that thing we hold on to them is their life, their certificates, their transcripts, their statement of result at times. And then I have issue with my brother Taiwo, who stood up. I said, don't worry, I too know on this thing, they're on the same page, because if we don't give them this thing on time, they might lose their admission, they might lose their work. So we must attend to all their requests on time and make sure we give it to them as at when they. Now, I've talked about politeness to students. You know, at times these students, they might be rude at times. Once they want something in their agitation, they might go away. But as a staff, we need to calm them down. As a parent, we need to polite with them, attend to with maturity, and make sure that we handle the situation with the best of our knowledge. God help us in Jesus' name. Now, another one is that we must, my people, listen to this very well. We must sought approval before doing anything. Like this is what I meant now. Now, you know, at times we have cases of blockage of student results. So if there is no record of approval from relevant authority, maybe the registrar, the provost, for you to block the student result, don't do that. Now, we started this last CB. I said if I didn't have the record, I was admitting I will not reach that certificate because I have to guide myself too. So have our record from relevant authority for release such requests. God help us. Now, like I said, all academic record disposal must be kept properly for future purposes and neat and tidy. Then, the data manager too, if any student apply for a certificate, before you issue that certificate, make sure you consult the notification and the transcripts of that student before you issue out that certificate. Those are very important so that we won't make a mistake which can be costly to the college. For example, now a student who graduated with the CGP of distinction and we issue him with maybe upper credit, he can sue the college. So to avoid that, make sure you consult the notification results and the transcripts, both will confirm for you the grade of student before issuance of the certificates. Then let me quickly rush through the time. Then the staff too in the department and in everything, like our guy used to say, admin work, you can't do it alone. So the staff in my unit, though we have been doing that too. So like I said, I'm talking to every members of staff. We should work in synergy. Nobody, no extreme, make an island. So I, as your chief servant, I can't do it alone. We work together, and everywhere we have to, we work together. Togetherness we can achieve. So working together in synergy is very important and very paramount in service delivery. Now, this is very important too. We're both friends because they are social interaction. Yes, I love that too. But the ethics of my office stipulates that you should not entertain any visitor now because of the sensitivity. Because it's a sensitive office, so my staff, I enjoy this morning. We should not entertain any non-members of staff in the unit except they come for official assignment. And when they come for official assignment, you stay in the general office, not in the inner room for security purposes. God help us. Then, before I round off, the staff in that unit, they must. Okay, I've done justice to that, so I think that's all for today. So God help us. So, like I said, the information is for generality. Though we narrow it down to exam record, it can be posted out to our units, but all these factors is for every members of the admin staff. And like my guys charge of 2, please, any guy we have, let's represent the admin better. And let's know, I love the keyword you said, let's know that we are not second class. Let's carry ourselves shoulder high so that they will relegate us. God help us, and God bless MC, God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the director, exams and records. Actually, that is one place that I have so much regard for, and I fear the place, because any mistake from that place will tell on the whole college. The Yorubas will say, Aba ara ile, Aba ara oko. It will affect everybody. And when the leadership of the college is speaking, the first person they will pick is registrar. And registrar will pick the head. And the head will now carry all the staff. That is why we have to be very, very, very careful. If we are in exams and records today, maybe Monday, another person will come. And another set of people will go there. That means we must be prepared. At all times, integrity. There are no two ways about it. Integrity. Even as a cleaner, your integrity is key to the image of yourself and the college as a whole. Next, I'll call on the public relations unit. This is it's the first time we are having a proper unit. Before, we used to have just one-man unit, one-man department, public relations officer. But now we have a proper unit. And in that unit, they have their sub-heads too. We'll call on the head of the public relations unit this morning, Mrs. Oyekemi Wilson, to give a stewardship of service delivery in public relations. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. Shidada Alawa. Abu ìjókòó agbó àtàárọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àdìdì kánà sí kánà pápá tí wọ́n á jókòó padà dídí ẹni sẹ́ nọ́pá God bless us. I won't take our time. It's not going to be a long lecture. It's going to be very short, and we'll be able to understand what we really do in that unit. First of all, I want to ask if recently, maybe in the last few months, any of us noticed that there was a disclaimer that we put on the WhatsApp group of the college concerning the provost. Some people, they went on Facebook and some other places to be like him, to say that he's the one, and they were trying to befriend as many of us as possible. Before you knew it, they started asking for monetary assistance and some other things. So we had to nip that in the bud immediately. And it took even sleepless nights that night to ensure that it goes around Nigeria, to ensure that nobody is duped at the end of the day. Now, the task before me is to tell us the public relations and its effectiveness service delivery in public sector. We are in the public sector like we know. In private sector, there's not much difference within what happens in the private sector and what happens in the public sector. The only difference in the two is there is more money to work with. There is more tools to work with in the private sector. There is a lot of training you receive in the private sector more than the public sector. But I pray that God will help us even here to get to that level and to exceed it in Jesus' name. So I will tell us public relations is a deliberate effort. It's something you have to be intentional about to do. If you don't have the passion about it, if it's not something you feel like doing, the simple thing is you cannot do it. You have to make up your mind that I want to do this thing. And what are the things you want to do? You want to create and maintain a kind of positive image across everywhere yourself and other people are. For example, we are a college, we are teaching students, we graduate them to go into the world. We must be in good understanding with the students. That is our primary stakeholder. Then the community we are in. We have other school, we have IRMT, we have the people we are living in at Bora and the rest of them like that. We have the federal government of Nigeria, we have the state government, we have the local government, and we have other people to relate with, whether we like it or not, including the news, the various news bodies. So we have to maintain a kind of understanding that will create trust and build good relationship over time with such people. And that is what this college has to do with people that are outside. And that is our work. We have to ensure that that understanding is not broken. That trust is not lost at any point in time within us and all the other stakeholders. Then in the public sector, PR is not merely about publicity. It's not easy. I can tell you, some of my colleagues that came to join us newly and have been trained, they understand what we're talking about. Even in the night at times, you have to sit down to, struggle with your brain within yourself to ensure that you're able to get the right thing to put down and to paste out there for others to see. So it's about fostering public confidence. What kind of confidence does the public have in us? Will people, when they say Federal College of Ibadan, will people want their children to come here? What is our moral standard? What is our academic standard? Who are the kind of lecturers we have? Who are you? Who are me? The people that the children are coming to meet. Are we impacting them positively or not? Those are the questions a right-thinking parent will ask. Sending his or her word to this kind of a place. So we have to maintain that kind of transparency in terms of image, confidence in us, and promoting effective communication between government institutions and the citizens that they serve. We are serving people. So we should let that confidence be reposed in us as a school. When our children lives here, our student lives here and goes to other places, they should be able to tell others that, have you heard about this school? I had the best time in that school. God will help us to do better. Then effective service delivery is one of the major responsibilities of every public institution. If your service is not well delivered, if it's not effective, if it's not efficient, nobody will come here. The children will be saying, don't go to that school, I was there some years back. In fact, they are nothing to write home about. But if we all do our part as we ought to do it, then we'll get the best out of it. All of us, citizens of Nigeria, including myself and yourselves, we used to criticize the government, we judge them. We say agencies, not only by services that they provide, but also by how they communicate. If I come to you as a school, let's assume I'm a new person here, and the very first person I'm meeting is any of us, and I say, Auntie, please, I've come to this school. I want to know about this school. And I say, that person already has an impression, which we don't know. Assuming as the secretary to the personal assistant to the provost, let's say I'm a visitor here, and I'm coming in for the first time. I came into office as a Miss Bala, and they say, good morning, ma'am. They say, good morning, what do you want? Already, there's an impression that is formed. I tell people that the way you relate with others, with students, with every stakeholder that has to do with this school, will determine how the name of the school will be heard outside there, either positively or negatively. I know some of my colleagues here that are very, very good in handling students, in handling people that comes across their way. And I've met some that were very, very toxic, that were not helpful. But let's encourage ourselves, because whatever we do here today, don't forget, we still get the reward, whether we like it or not. If we don't get it here, we will get it from God. If we don't get it from God, we will still get it outside. And don't forget, we're having children. All of us, our children will go out there. What you do to other people's children here, expect it to be done to your children wherever you go. So let us put on good attitude, good character in representing this college wherever we find ourselves, inside and outside the college. It will help the reputation of the college to be good. Then, we have to respond to complaints. When we have complaints, when people talk about anything, let's quickly do something about it. Don't let us say it doesn't matter. As you are saying it doesn't matter and you are just looking down on it and it's going to create problem for the college, don't forget that when that problem comes, it will be pushed to us to go and be washing the dirty linen that we did not create in our own unit. So let every unit have clean linens that we can take out and say to others that look, our college is pure all round. Let's not see anybody taking bribe from students to do them favor. Let's not see any one of us taking bribes from one another to do something for each other. Not because you love that person or because you hate that person, but it shouldn't be heard of. So God will help us. And if anybody comes to us, that we should help them in one way or the other. If we are not if it's not in our power to do it, let's send them to whoever we know that can help them. And let's be this job. God will help us. So the role of public relations in public sector service delivery, number one, is to build trust in the publics. I've mentioned our publics, the stakeholders. They should have a kind of trust in us that if it comes to Federal College of Agric, they cannot do this. I know they can do this. They should be able to trust us wholeheartedly. Then we reps the government institutions like ours to earn and maintain the trust of the people through honesty, accountability, consistency, and communication. Everything. When you are talking about PR, what you do, you tell. It's like Yoruba will say, "Ẹran ló fòfò níṣẹ́, ẹni kò jẹ dáadáa, ó máa jẹ ju bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rán lọ." So our work is not to fofo per se, but we are to tell about every good things that this college is doing at any point in time to the public, to the world, so that they can know that there's a college that is doing good in this country. Then trust encourages public cooperation and support for government programs. This is the kind of program that we have. If we don't have the kind of trust, even no matter how minute, in our leaders, we will not be here. You and I will not be here. Just like, what do they want to teach us? We are going, Jerry, but we are here. Some people might say, because of the money. Please, how much is the money? No money. I would say it's no money. But because of the interest of the college and ourselves that we have at heart, that's why we're here, and that should continue. Then two, facilitating two-way communication. Only one person cannot be talking. As I'm talking now, if you are not there, people will think that something is wrong. If I just carry the microphone, there's nobody sitting here, and I say, "Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well." People will look from us and they say, "Auntie Tihi, Auntie Shanti." You know, that kind of a thing. So it's two-way communication. As I'm talking, there will be response from the other part. So as I see anything, we see anything in the college, we tell it to people outside. People will ask questions. We must be able to answer them. It's part of our work to ensure that communication is not broken. Then the third one is managing public perception. It must be positive. If we have a bad image outside, this college is not finished in Jesus' name. So we must have a positive image at every point in time, and we must defend that positive image, because it enhances our credibility, and there won't be misinformation for people outside. Then we communicate achievements, we clarify understandings, and we address misinformation promptly. Just like what I sampled, the example I gave when I started. So we have to be prompt in doing anything we want to do, inform people correctly, and we must not be misunderstood. It must be very clear. Then handling complaints and feedback, I've mentioned part of that. An effective PR system ensures that complaints are received, investigated, and resolved promptly. So this contributes significantly to improve service delivery and citizen satisfaction, all stakeholders' satisfaction at the end of the day. The crisis communication, I mentioned something like that. During emergencies, there will be conflicts, there will be emergencies or challenges inside here. But we help to provide timely and accurate information to reduce the panics and maintain public confidence. If something wants to happen, I'm able to get it quickly. We're able to write. You people understand that this is what is happening. Nobody, for example, let's say that there won't be electricity for 24 hours. And we paste it on the information board that, look, there's no electricity for 24 hours because of this and this and this. It means we are well informed. Nobody will be taken by surprise. But if nobody says anything, Like in Nigeria, look at our IBEDC and NEPA and the rest of them. It will just take the light to 3 days. Maybe transformer is bad. Nobody will communicate anything to you. You'll just be guessing. Oh, maybe the rain that fell 2 days ago caused this. Or maybe this. But if there's effective communication, for Songo, Ele, Apata area, you will not be having electricity in 2 days' time because of this and this. And it might last for so days. You know, everybody will prepare. But it's not like that. So, but for us, it should not be like that. Information should go ahead at any point in time so that we can prepare for any eventuality. So, principles of effective public relations and service delivery. 1, transparency. We all understand that. Be open, be truthful in communication. Don't say what you don't mean. Don't pretend because you want to please somebody. Say it the way it is and it's supposed to be. Let people respect you for whom you are. Don't doctor anything and don't do eye service so that I can like you. Because if you do eye service and it fails at the end of the day, that respect you want, you will still lose it at the end of the day. So be yourself, tell the truth and stand for the truth. Responsiveness, address public inquiries and complaints promptly. When you hear complaints from any quarters, just go into it. If you cannot handle it, look for people that handle it and ensure that you work on it immediately. Don't delay so that it doesn't fester and become something big that you cannot manage. Then professionalism, treat all stakeholders with respect and courtesy. You don't talk to people anyhow. You don't stand, you don't tread on people, you don't insult people, you don't fight. Because it's going to be relegating your reputation as a person. So talk less of a unit or the school itself. I tell the people in my unit, I tell them, I say, even if people slap you, please don't slap back. Come and tell me. We will sort it out. Because by the time you start fighting, you become two fighters. And by the time the two of you are fighting, it's against the rule of the college. And by the time they send the two of you home, I cannot pay your salary anymore. And the college cannot pay. So we are putting ourselves into stress by doing what is wrong that will affect our lives. We must know all this, that we should not do anything. Then consistency. Ensure messages are clear and uniform all the time. It's not that we say something today, tomorrow you meet us saying something else. No, we are persistent on whatever we are saying. Then empathy. We must understand and respond to the needs of and concerns of every stakeholder. We must feel the way others feel. We must feel what others feel. If something is happening in a unit now, I can't say it doesn't concern me. It's like having a headache. When you're having a headache, it affects your eyes, it affects your brain, it affects everything. So when any department is sick, all of us are sick. Oh, let's be realistic. So we need to be careful and help one another to ensure that we do the right thing so that it will not affect us negatively. Then finally, challenges. We do have challenges as PR practitioners in public sector. And none of it is poor communication channels. If we don't have the right channels to use to communicate, it could be a problem for us as a unit. 2, delayed response to public complaints. When people at times send in a complaint and they are expecting that there should be an immediate answer to that inquiry, and there are things clogging in the system that is not allowing the answer to come for them to get a feedback, there could be problem if that is escalated. Then bureaucracy and red tape. We are all government workers. We know this bureaucracy. When I write a memo now, it will go through somebody. Somebody will send it to somebody. What should have taken 1 day or 2 days maximum to be done can take 3 months or 6 months in public sector because of bureaucracy, which is not like that in the private sector. Then, inadequate use of digital communication platforms. We have a lot of platforms, Twitter, all this, I think it's X now. X, Instagram, and all those things we have there. But are we able to make effective use of them as we ought to? We have some leads placed on certain things there, and I know God will help us, we will get there little by little. Then lack of trained PR personnel. Many of the times we are training ourselves. Even right now, many of us we are training ourselves. So we need training. So my recommendations for us, we should strengthen customer service and complaint management systems in the college. 2, utilize social media and digital platforms effectively. 3, train staff regularly in communication and public relations skills. 4, encourage transparency and accountability at all levels. 5, regularly seek and act on public feedback. And in conclusion, public relations is a strategic tool for improving service delivery in all public sector designated places. When government institutions communicate effectively and they listen to every stakeholder and respond to their needs, public trust increases and service become more efficient. Therefore, every public servant should see public relations as a collective responsibility. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's not about any of my staff. Every one of us, we are representing this college wherever we find ourselves. And as that, aimed at achieving excellent service delivery and sustainable public confidence. Thank you for listening.
Once again, a round of applause for the public relations unit of the college. Like she said, like other speakers before her said, everything we are doing in service delivery is a network. We are connected one to the other to deliver an accurate service delivery. As she was speaking, something just occurred to me. There was an incident about 2 days ago, yes. Yes, that was on Tuesday, yes. So the registrar came into the office, so of course I was trying to brief him about some of the things that we have done in his absence. I want to talk on undue hyping. People love to do that a lot, and that is what will bring you down as an administrator. So the person met me, a former student. I've been looking for you, ma. I came to look for you yesterday. They said you were not around. I've been looking for you because this matter, it is only you that can solve it. I can't look and say, wait, and solve what? Mr. Abbas was not in the office for some weeks. Will you have told him that 3 months ago that he must not go? So because it is only him that can solve your problem. It was a red flag. I didn't like it. So he said, ma, we should go to your office. I stood at the entrance of office of the registrar and I said, it is either you speak here or you don't speak at all. Lo and behold, my sister spoke and said it has something to do with her certificates. So as she was talking, I was checking the director, exams and records that is the man. He did not even know because he backed me, was in the other office. He backed me. I said, you go to man, you have gone to him. It's only you that can solve it. And I told her that I will not even solve anything. I don't have anything directly to do with exams and records. If there is a problem for me to solve there, it will come from the director. So I called Mr. Opaleye, from where I was standing, he came and I said, over to you. And he took her away to address the issue. Later he came to me that he came to me with Mr. Taiwo Ojo and Mr. Niyo Bushola, and they explained the situation. I said that my sister was not okay. How can you tell me that? So in her way, she's trying to make me feel important, Abi. I cannot do not to talk of for another person. So they came to me. That was even when I now took it up, and we had to do one or two things, and we arrived at a conclusion. What if it had been another person? So they're okay. Now follow me to for me to tell you that you should follow me to my office, me and you alone. Maybe these mamas. But for you now say, hey, it's only you that can solve it. I'll tell you, you better say it in this my general office. All these my people that are looking at us, so that we will solve it together. Two good heads are better than one. We will solve it together. That is what I do. That is how I operate. Please, we must be very, very careful, so that people will not just be hyping us and making us feel extra important. That you feel you are too much, you are nothing. If you are not ready, I am an administrator, I'm an admin officer. If I'm not ready to work with the executive officer assigned to me, if I'm not ready to work with the confidential secretary assigned to me, if I'm not ready to work with the clerical officer assigned to me, or the data processing assistant assigned to me, even the cleaner. You know, we don't have the cleaners now. We have agri field attendants, but we use them as that. If I'm not ready to work with them, I am nothing. I cannot just sit there and I will not be able to perform. And I will feel that, no, it's only me. Only you what? Please, let's be very, very careful. People will tend to hype us and will make us to feel that we are bigger and greater than the next person. Please, let's be very, very careful. God will help us. I'm going to skip some talks, which I will personally take. But you know, when we come into the service, you have your appointments, you have your promotions along the cadres, or you do conversion, you rise. We all pray to finish in one area. Which area is that? Retirement. You work, you were promoted, you get to the peak, or even before you get to the peak, your retirement comes. I want the head pensions unit to give us an account, the stewardship as it relates to pension matters. Retirement and pensions matters. Join me as I welcome Mr. Tayo.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Great Nigerian workers. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I acknowledge the privilege and I say thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Our acting registrar. Thank you, man. God bless you, man. And I appreciate the management, provost and other team of the management to say thank you. Please, all of us as a civil servant and as administrators. Okay, I say that. Great administrators. Great administrators. Great administrators. Good morning, everyone. Please let us note that some of us are in this department and we see it as all enough. No. Sometimes they may shift us. So it has happened, it can happen again. So we should concentrate, listen, so that we can become a better person at the end of the day and we can service delivery, we can deliver our duty appropriately. About pension, as our guys asked us to do, pension. You know, we have the one that the government will fund 100%. We have the other one, contributory. And the one we are using now is contributory. And it started in 2004. So we should know. And from that period till now, people have been benefiting from that. So, and that is the last stage, as our guy said, is the last stage for all of us, no matter how smart you are. And this contributory pension, call it CPS, pension scheme, CPS. It is the one that helps us to contribute our own quota. Presently, it is 8% from us and 10% from the government. 18% that we do now. So, doing that, give us assurance of our future. And now, they have come to another stage of having a COBRA. A platform that we use to enroll, that is, it is enrollment portal, that is contribution and bond redemption application. That is, it is called COBRA. That the full meaning is contribution and bond redemption application, COBRA. That is where we, as a pension desk officer, we upload our data. The PFA does that too. We upload and we too upload, and all of us will be able to have our information directly on the PenCom platform to what for us to take. We will be able to use that to prepare our benefits at the end of the day. Now, those things that we need for us to upload that as a pension desk officer, we need to do what? We need to, as an individual staff, we need to go to our PFA, that is Pension Financial Administrator, for them to recapture our data. And those things we need to take along when we want to go and do the data recapturing. Our NIN, National Identification Number, Age Declaration Affidavit, Letter of Employment, Promotion Letter, pay slips. Our pay slips in that 2000, when you have been employed since that 2004, you need to come with your pay slip, specific one for those years, from that 2004. And presently, the pension administrator, they try to do some things, they incorporate those ones that are not official, the unofficial are selling things in the market, and they've given them the opportunity to have health care on the platform. And also presently I'm thinking of talking to us about exit benefit scheme. Though we have a training by 11 o'clock, online training, virtual training, 11 o'clock we're supposed to start the course, but here we need to do this exit benefit scheme. That is like our this thing after we have dropped ourselves as the end of our service. We have 12 months, the last payment, our gross pay, the last month gross pay, we have it times 12. That is our benefit. When we want to leave the service, we take it on a lump sum. The government will pay out on a lump sum. That exit benefit scheme. And it's for formally they are saying that it's not for higher institutions, but presently just a day ago, yes, that Tuesday, they sent the message that we've cleared all of us, all tertiary institutions, we are also entitled to it. So as you are saying that, okay, I'm not working again, either you retire or you meet up with the requirements, you will get your package for 12 months. So we appreciate our president for that and the DG for National Pension Commission. Also, we need to make sure thank you, man. Our guy has given us the permission to go for the training. Thank you, man. So and also we need to make sure that all our documents, we need to prepare it before that time. Some of us have issue with our date of birth, and we think it's just a thing of joke. Some of our staffs, they know the way they are running around now. Some of them will retire soon, and they are running around to perfect that document. Even be consistent. When the time comes, that will be retiring soon, or they told him that he will be using like 35,000, almost 50,000 to do the correction. Please let us make sure that we put all our documentation right even before the expiration of the time. If you have any challenge with your documentation now, please speak out, meet the people in charge, they will help you. And all of us, we need to know about this, not for those that are working on that seat now. We need to know about it so that we can educate others, and we self we can educate ourselves, and we can be better as an administrator, as a civil servant. I pray help us in the mighty name of Jesus. We have come to the end of the teaching. God bless you. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, my brother. Please, because of that training, I had to excuse him to join. Then he can give me the feedback later. You know, there are so many modes of exiting the service. There is one we don't pray for: death. Death by exiting service will not be our portion. We can retire. It can be statutory attainment of 60 years of age or 35 years in service for those of us in the non-academic cadres. And for the people in the lecturers only, it is 65 years of age, irrespective of the length of service. It can be voluntary resignation or voluntary retirement. It can be dismissal. It can be termination of appointment. I pray those ones will not be our portion. But the one we always look forward to is statutory retirements. For every one of us, immediately you receive your letter of appointment and you assume duty. It is minus day one. That is how the thing will be going down till it reaches the day. Please don't let us wait till the last day. He's telling us, and I know what we are going through. It is affecting some people in registry too, admin. I told you my name is Olanike Ajoke Popola. What if on my NIN I wrote Ajoke Olanike Popola? It's not the same thing. You think it's only just small arrangements. Small arrangements. Before I think about 6, 7, 8 years ago, it is something we can do in the college and finalize. For every change, whether in name, in date of birth, after writing the letter internally, we send those documents to head of service. He was telling, Mr. Balari was telling me that he forwarded some things to me. I told him I will not even check it. He said, is the mode of change of name and this thing. I said, I will not even check it. When you have time, you will print it. I will see. That is when I will understand it very well. Please, I want us to be very, very careful. Don't wait until, if you know there are discrepancies in the way you write your name in the college, on the bank, and on NIN, please don't wait till the last day. We will not be friendly. When you wait till the last day, and it is going to affect adversely the computing your retirement benefits. Thank you very much. There is, as we are going forward, there's a unit that I just want them to give us just a recap of what is expected of them, what is expected of us. It's actually a new unit in the college, but I want the head Servicom unit to give us a recap, just in about 5 minutes. Maybe some of these things, maybe what I've been saying now since morning is at variance with the dictates of Servicom. Servicom, I think it's service compliance, Abby. Please, let her just speak to us. I call on Mrs. Mary Oluleke to give us a recap of what exactly is expected from us.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mrs. Mary Olabisi Oruleke, the head Servicom unit. I think about a month ago, 19th of May, the unit was inaugurated. And like my boss just said, it is a new unit. Then let me just give us a brief explanation on the unit. I don't know, because many of us were not here last month when the unit was inaugurated. When we are talking about Servicom is, the full meaning is Service Compact for all Nigerians. This was initiated by former president, General Olusegun Obasanjo, in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the major role of this unit is to ensure an excellent service delivery, effective service delivery for all Nigerians, then in our society at large. For Servicom in Federal College of Agriculture, this one is established in order to make sure that services are done effectively, either by the staff or by the students. Now, if you have any complaints, maybe you have issue with all that have been said, whether you are in a particular unit, you are not very well equipped. Maybe those things that you are supposed to work with, your laptops or any other thing, any equipment that you are supposed to use, and maybe you don't have them, you can complain to the Servicom. If you are having issue, maybe with any issue that you are having, if you have any complaint, you can just come to the Servicom and lodge your complaints. As students, to the students also, if they have issue, like 2 weeks ago, a student called me and said he has issue with his certificate, that he wanted to collect his certificate and he has a little problem, although he was the one at fault, because he's supposed to have collected the statement of results before going to the camp. He told me that he was at Lagos, that from Lagos he went straight to the camp at this far place. He forgot to collect his statement of results. He called me that, I have this so issue, this so issue. I said, what have you done? He said he has called his dean, and his dean said he should do this, he should do that. Then I have to call my boss, Mrs. Popola, that this is the issue at hand. Then she explained some things to me. Although he was the one at fault, but likewise, if there is any other issue like that, like about 2 weeks ago now, we handle one issue of one of our students. He said he wants a change of supervisor. Then why do you want a project supervisor? Why do you want a change of project supervisor? He explained to us, he sent his letter, we read through the letter, and the Servicom member has to sit down and deliberate on the letter. We called the current supervisor, project supervisor, who explained to us what really happened. That's from the onset, he was not a serious student. He's supposed to do some things which he refused to do. He did not do later. He did not even the major thing that he's supposed to do as a project student. He's supposed to have planted before they do maybe pre-data or post-data. I don't remember that term very well. He has not done anything. So he wrote a letter to us. He has done a new leaf. He's now a changed person, but all that he wanted is that he wants to change his project supervisor. Now when the Servicom committee, when we met to deliberate on that issue, we concluded that such students cannot be given another supervisor, another project supervisor, because if he's eventually given another project supervisor, it will continue like that. Another student will just come and say, maybe he has issue with his project supervisor. I said, I will go to the Servicom, or I will go to the management that they should change my supervisor. So because we don't want that thing to continue, we have to conclude that there is no the project supervisor should not be changed. In fact, we go as far as interview his project supervisor, that are you willing to continue with him, with your project student? She said she's willing to continue with him. So if the project supervisor said she's willing, even at that, even if she said she's not willing to continue, the college must not change the project supervisor for him. So there are so many cases like that. The student can just come to the Servicom unit and lodge their complaint. In that case, we gather our reports and send to the head of project supervising committee, and we even copy the provost. We copy the provost that we don't want such a case to repeat itself again. That student will just write a letter that he wants a change of his or her project supervisor. I pray that the Lord God Almighty will help us. So if you have any challenge in your workplace, if you have any issue, you can just come to the Servicom. Then another thing, as we have been told that we are administrators, I think Mr. Olajika, the bursary, the animal health bursary that took us the first lecture, I noted that thing in his lecture, that when you are given, there are some staff, when a mail is sent to them, they will not treat it on time. Maybe it's after 1 week or 2 weeks before they treat the mail. It's not supposed to be so. This is one of the work of Servicom. I pray that God will help us. One day we are going to have a deliberation based on our major work. As administrator, if a mail is sent to you, if you are given a letter or a memo is sent to you, it mustn't spend more than 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you must reply. Within 24 hours, unless maybe you are not in the country, or maybe God forbid, we won't see any circumstance that will take us from our work. Maybe you have any issue. Apart from that, a mail or a memo must not spend more than 24 hours in your hand. Please, I'm begging of us as an administrator, if you are given any mail or if you are given any work, please make sure you do it. That is what you are collecting salary for. any work you are given, please make sure you do it as soon as possible so that everything will be in order. Then another thing that I want to talk about is our coming to work. The way we used to come to work every day. Please, it's not good to be coming late to work. The Bible told us in the book of Proverbs, I'm sorry to quote the Bible at this moment. It says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his or her work, he shall stand before the king, and he shall not stand before the mere men." Please, let's be diligent with our work. Let's come to work at the appropriate time. The work resumes by 8, and we are supposed to close by 4. So please, let's try as much as possible to be coming to work very early. Please, God will help us in Jesus' name. Me, as personally, at times I will sit down and think that if somebody is pursuing me that you must do this, you must do that, I will appreciate that person because that person is helping me either spiritually or physically or in any way. I used to appreciate it that this person is helping me. Let's see it when we are told that you are supposed to resume at this social time, you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do that. Let's see that that person is helping us. Then another thing that I want to talk about is our updates. Our updates in our different offices. I don't know, maybe some head of units, maybe they give us 1 day or 2 days. Please, anytime there is public holiday, please, let's make sure that we don't, maybe at times, maybe my off fall on Monday, or maybe my off fall on Thursday and Friday. I'm just saying that as an example. My off day fall on Thursday and Friday, and there is public holiday on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's not compulsory that we observe that off again. Since we are having a public holiday on Thursday and Friday, and I'm supposed to have my off on Tuesday and Wednesday, why can't I wait till that Thursday and Friday? This is a cheat on government side. Please, I want to beg of us. It's part of the Savicon work. Don't say that kí ló ń sọ yìí. That is part of the Savicon work. It's a service delivery, effective service delivery. Please, let's make sure we are doing our work diligently, effectively, and efficiently. And God will help us and count our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Head Savicon Unit. I agree with some of the things you said. However, I will advise that for everybody that has one thing or the other that the person feels is not working well, you have your heads of units, you have your heads of departments. Please make sure you utilize these channels before you take anything to Savicon. You are working with me now and there is no light and the battery of your computer is somehow, and you are not able to work well. You now carry my matter, go give Mary. Fear God. Fear God. Yes, please. I don't agree with that. There are some channels you will utilize first. Then if there are no positive G's, then you take to Savicon. Because your Bible has finished now, you carry my matter, Juliet, you carry my matter to Savicon. Say, Madam say I should do work, I don't have Bible. Please. There's some, even for the students, I believe there's some channels we will utilize before we report it as Savicon issue. Thank you so much. Please, briefly, for 5 minutes or less, I want us to know about something about the admission processes. Any one of us can be processed to admissions units. Please, can I call on Mrs. Oluwafiyemi Olukoya to give us a brief on what obtains is a unit. Thank you. 5 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. How are we today? Yes, I've been asked to talk about the admission unit. I'm Olukoya Oluwafiyemi. Basically, the admission is through JAMB, as we all know. There is no admission that can be carried out without JAMB, Joint Admission Matriculation Board. So that's the first thing we need to note. All admissions comes through JAMB. And JAMB has a process which is called CAPS. That's the Central Admission Processing System. You cannot carry out any admission without the CAPS, without passing through the CAPS. So basically we have all things done on the CAPS. So all the students that are coming into the college, their names must come up on the CAPS. If you don't see any name on the CAPS, you cannot offer admission. It's illegal. Any admission given outside camp is illegal. Even at the moment now, part-time admissions passes through CAPS. All admissions, like this 2026-2027, we've been asked even to carry out admission for those that didn't write JAMB. So even those ones too, we need to go to JAMB office before we can offer admission to them. So for this year now, the cutoff mark for admission is 100 for colleges. Any student that scores 100 and above, they are eligible. Then we have, for Federal College of Agriculture, we have 12 ND courses. We have 12 ND courses. We have Agri-Tech, we have Agric-Engineering, we have Organic Agriculture, we have Science Laboratory Technology, we have Horticulture and Landscape Technology at ND level. We have Office Technology Management, that's for secretaries. We have Library and Information Science. We have Multimedia Technology. We have Cooperative Economics and Management. Those are for social science students. Anybody that is coming in for cooperative economics must write maths and economics in JAMB. That is very, very compulsory. For library and information science, office technology and others, multimedia, they are for art students. Commercial students can come in too. Then basically the agricultural courses are for science students with science laboratory technology, then computer science too. For computer science and Agric-Engineering, they must write maths and physics in JAMB. It is compulsory. Maths and physics is compulsory for computer science and Agric-Engineering. But for Agri-Tech and Science Laboratory, Organic Agriculture and other agricultural courses, physics, chemistry, biology, maths, economics, biology, chemistry, maths, you know, they can maneuver their own subjects. So that's basically for ND. Then for HND courses, we have 10 HND courses. Now we have soil and water for Agric-Engineering, we have farm power and machinery option, then we have post-harvest option for engineering HND. Then for ND we have crop production, we have pest management, we have horticulture and landscape, we have agric extension and management, then we have animal production for Agric-Engineering, but presently for arts and social sciences, we don't have HND programs yet. So anybody that comes in for our ND, you can as well tell them where to go for their HND for other courses that are not agric-based. Home and rural economy can do agric extension at their HND level. Then now for this year, those courses that can come in without JAMB, we have all the agric courses. We have Agri-Tech, we have Organic Agriculture, we have Horticulture, then home and rural economics too. I just got that information yesterday that anybody that wants to study home and rural economics too without JAMB can come in for 2026-2027. So in case you have any students that didn't write JAMB, please let's encourage them. We are here because of students. If we don't have students, then what are we here? What are we doing here? So it is very, very important and essential for all of us to ensure that we have more students even than before. Then I would like to tell us that in case you have anybody that wants to come in and is asking any questions about, okay, what are the subjects I can go in for? Because most times some people will call and say, I have a candidate, what subjects can this person offer in JAMB? We have IBAS. IBAS, you can Google it. IBAS is online, integrated brochure and syllabus system. Once you press IBASS, it will bring out the brochure, it will tell you the colleges. You see the name of all the colleges. Once you click on it, it will tell you the subject combination for O level, for JAMB. Everything is there. So once you click on it, you can easily access it and tell anybody you come across that, okay, this is what you should do, just to direct them. Because even at the moment, we still have some students that don't know what to do. For home and rural now, the JAMB combination is biology and agric. And agric, that's the combination. So please, let's try and encourage people that will come across. Then the 5O level results, relevant subject, they are very, very important. It's very important. So then for as many that didn't pick our school, you have some students that after going through the university route and every other thing, they just come to you, what can I do? Just tell them, go and do your change of institution. Change to Federal College of Agriculture as your first choice and tell them their course of study. Once that is done, their name will come up on the JAMB caps. So that's basically what we'll tell them. Then the 16 years is so essential. Any child that wants to come in for admission must be 16 years old by September 30th. I am 16 October 1st, no admission for that year. So like I was joking with a friend, I said that means any child who wants to give birth, let's just give birth to them before September. So that year, they will be encouraged to come into school. If you give birth October, November, December, that year will pass them. They will have to wait another year. Then you know we have DE2. Please, that DE2, even though it's FUNAB and Federal College of Agriculture, let's encourage our students. We have direct entry, we have 100 level. But for direct entry, they must go to JAMB and pick DE form. If they don't pick DE form, they cannot come in here. So that is very important too. I think basically I've said a little about admission and I appreciate everyone. Please, let's encourage students. Provost is expecting like 1,000 students. And I know we can get there, we can do it. God bless us all.
What we can tell people in our community about JAMB. Before I call the next person to give us a recap of what he or she does, please, for a minute, please let us stand up. That is the problem we have. We are always sitting down. That is why when we now get home, this place, it will be doing like this. Please let us just stretch, just stretch. You know all these our mamas, they only put packaging. The thing is not easy like that. Please, let's stretch. Let's stretch a bit. No music allowed.
Please, whoever you have, check here as many as possible.
Thank you very much. I want us to round up latest by 5 minutes to 12. That is why I will not tell us to take a 5 minutes break now, please. And I still have something to tell us. But before we go into that, please, I have assigned the duty to someone. It will represent all the school secretaries. You know our basic aim of, please have your seats please. Our basic aim of coming to Federal College of Agriculture is to attend to these students. Mr. Okwefalade, please come. Come and give us a recap of Come and give us a recap of what you do especially it pertains to the students. Please, I want you to tell us so that we know maybe you are a good ambassador or not.
Thank you, ma'am. And once again, I want to welcome each and every one of us to this gathering. And I believe this gathering is to enlighten us and to teach us more about our duties. And the faces I can see here, we all attend to students, even students and staff of this great college. And this morning, though, let me say the notice came when I got to this morning, but I will, in my own little way, I will say one or two things just to enlighten us this morning. And to start with, in our midst this morning, we have administrative staffs, higher executive officers, clerks, and all sorts in our midst this morning. And like I said earlier, we are in the process of attending to students. That is our sole aim of being an administrative officer. And most of us have been program officers for years before it was changed to school secretary. And presently, I'm the school secretary for the School of Engineering Technology. So, I will just say one or two things that is expected of us. Expected of us as clerks, as higher executive officers, as administrative officers who are meant to attend to staff and students in this college, and majorly for people that works in the registry. Students are coming in new as a new student that doesn't know anywhere. The first point of contact will be the college registry for those of us that have worked there before. And as officers in those offices, you don't put up a bold face. If you are bringing any problem from the house, when you get to the office, please, those problems has to go, because you have to attend to students. And somebody that is coming here as new student, he doesn't know anywhere, he or she doesn't know anywhere, and you want to attend to such individual, you are putting up a very frown face. When we have Federal College of Animal Health there, they will leave a college and go to Federal College of Animal Health. That is the truth. Before I came to the registry, before I work in the registry, I work on the farm. But when I left the farm, somebody is shaking her head. Mrs. Marcus is shaking her head. Yes, I work on the farm. When I left the farm, I work at the program office at the School of Engineering. That was when I learned my first experience of attending to students. I was working with Mrs. Adeniyon then. I was working with Mrs. Adeniyon. So, those processes really helped me as an individual. It really helped me. If you want to attend to students, you must be cheerful. I learned more of this when I went to the registry, when I was transferred to the registry, when I met Mrs. Olukoya, I met the late Mercy, Auntie Geraldine, those people in those offices, and the other offices. You can't see any one of us, I will say it. We might have an individual problem, but when student comes around, Mrs. Olukoya will tell you, hey, I tell you something, you have not done what is expected of you. And it's because she has worked in a private organization before, where she used to attend to people. So please, as individuals, no matter in any office where you work, please, you must put up a good character. as administrative officers, as executive officers, higher executive officers, anywhere in the offices, please, let's learn to put up a good character. It matters a lot. Student will insult you. As the student goes off, I want to remember the language she used there. She finished her HNDA in the process of collecting her maybe notification of results. She used that language. Over the name, it was delayed a bit. She said she was at this where Polo used to park his car, and we heard that language. He was saying, this is a glorified secondary school. A glorified secondary. We waited for her when she wants to collect her notification of results. Ojú ẹ̀ rí màbú, and she was the maybe student representative head of something like that then. You are calling this college a glorified secondary school, senate maybe senate president. You are calling this school a glorified secondary school. And why she's doing that is that when they are coming for struggle, the first contact is our office, our Liwasita. I ask her, Kilache, we are here because of you people. No. But when she came, you are calling this where we work, where we earn our living, a glorified secondary school. No. She begged and begged before she could collect that thing. So many students will come to you, they will say all sorts of things. What did I do this or Ziwari? Allah so Malaliyo. What is your usefulness? You don't have to get angry with them. If we get angry, we won't get enough students to, we won't get the required number of students we need. Please, we must put up a good character. It's very, very important. If you have any issue you are dealing with at home, when you are coming to the office, when you get to the gate, please let it be at the gate. Let it be at the gate, because we are representing the college. We are representing the college and we want the college to move forward. And I pray the college will continue to move forward in Jesus' name. I will just define service delivery. Service delivery refers to systemic provision of academic, administrative support and operations that enable effective teaching, learning, research, and daily operations. Yes, it's what all we do as we are sitting down. For those that dispatch mails, you are dispatching mails to the School of Engineering. You are putting up a very bad face. I will ask you, if you meet me in the office, I will ask you, Chair, have you eaten? Have you eaten? Have you not eaten? What's the problem? So please, let's learn that. We are our brother's keepers. Ask. If somebody is coming to you, you ask such individual, I used to ask those that work with me, success, and I see I will ask them, you are not putting up a good face. Please, that will enable them, it will encourage them to deliver more. Please, it will enable them to deliver more. But somebody is coming to you, and you didn't. I do ask them, what's the problem? It's for them to deliver. I can't do it all alone, and they say you can't do it all alone. Those are the people that so they are the people that work with you. Even they do more. Now when we do, they do more. Because I can't go and dispatch mails. It's Mr. Ekpeyemi that will go and dispatch me in the School of Engineering. But if Mr. Ekpeyemi is not feeling fine, if it's not okay, I will have to ask him, what's the problem? Talk. We can share it together. So we are here for academic excellence, to support ourselves for serving the people. And I pray God help us in Jesus' mighty name. So I've said a lot, for our functions, people dealing with students, for our functions, for our functions, for those of others, we deal with students, and I believe most of us, we deal with students, we deal with staffs. You must be courteous. You greet. Good morning, ma. We have all went to banks. A friend that work with GTB. Good morning, even as a friend. GTB, what can we do for you? Already, but camera is watching them. You must do that. So, for every one of us that will deal with students, even staffs, some staff will go behind you. I have an experience. A student came here. A student. She has issue with payments. Her payment. She paid to the bursary, and it has been maybe 4 or 5 years back. Received. And I told her, go and meet those, go to that office, go and meet those person. You know what the student said? She said, that person is, she doesn't ask manner. She doesn't know how to talk to people. So that person is, the image of the college is already battered through that person. Because you go outside. Don't go to that college, yo. Although I'm there, they are not effective. A student can be saying that person doesn't have manner. Just to approach you to collect the receipt. You shout on social media. It's not normal, it's not done. Please, let's learn. When students come to us, you know students can be over-dreamed or overbearing some words. We must, in all honesty, we must perfect. What can we do for you? If you can't do it, if those things you support, you assist to meet such words. Please. For those that work as clerk, please, those dispatch books, you must guide it jealously. There was a day, these are present purpose, came. He came early in the morning. Go and call me Mr. Abbas, go and call me Sobola, go and call me Falade, go and call me this, go and call me NSC, go and call me Success. He said they brought a mail. He said we should go and photocopy those disciples, everything. Now what have been in the office? I didn't think we didn't keep those records that somebody got to the office. Come as early as possible. Very, very important. And we're working one after the other. We will be asking you, check your time. When did you come to the office? When did you come to the office? Please, anytime you have to come to the office, please, let's come as early as possible. It's very important. It's important. Mama, people will say, if you don't come, people will say, go get there. They will say, go get there. That you should come. Please, and if you are not going to come, please inform those in those offices. It's very important. Early enough. Tomadola won't be available. We won't kill ourselves. We are there for ourselves. In my office, there are days I will be the only person. I don't have any issue with anybody. But the office must be open. It must be open. It must not be closed. A day must be open. Please, let's learn all these things. God will help us in Jesus' name. If we want to continue, we won't leave this place today. There are so many things to talk about. Please, for those that we talk about, let's keep them to heart and let's act on them. So help us God.
Thank you so much, representative of the school secretaries. Ideally, this session ends at 12. I take cognizance of that. But we have the opportunity because it is raining. None of us will go into the rain now. I want us to learn the importance in under 5 minutes. I want us to learn the importance of data. Whatever it is we count as data that we input into the system. System self knows e no send person wey dey input. If you input rubbish, computer will save rubbish for you. Mrs. Adekitan Dada, please can you tell us the importance of what we input? All of us, even at times we fill Google Forms on our phones. Please, I want you to tell us what is the importance of data. Anything we refer to as data for ourselves, for other people. Please tell us the importance of data.
Good afternoon, good morning everybody. I'm Dada Adekitan. I'm in the data department, data management unit. We are under ICT department. Data, when we talk of data, we can say data is a raw material. It's a basic raw material. We all need data. We can say in our own language, data is life. Because once you don't have data, there is nothing you can do. Whether you are an administrative officer, whether you are an executive officer, whether you are a public admin officer, once you don't have your data, there is nothing you can do in your unit. We all have to gather data and make use of that data. It's very, very important that we have data. I appreciate our prof because I used to talk about it because in this, our organization today, if you need a data, you move from one department to other. You move from one person to other. You will not be able to get that data on time. And one important thing about data, it must be timely. Once your data is not timely, it is useless. Most of the data, maybe you are given an assignment to do. You want to do that assignment, you want to carry it on time. And you now move from registry department, I need this data. I'm not in charge, I don't know anything about it. Go to ICT. You are in ICT, I don't know anything about it. I don't have that data. Go to exams and record. You are in exams and record, say, it's not other house, so move to so area. You go to that place, they say, and you'll be tired. You'll be tired because you don't have data you can use at that moment. We all work on data. Okay, you are an administrative officer, you have to have data of Mrs. Feishito. You cannot even get anything about, any clue about her. That means you cannot do anything at that moment. You want to work, but you cannot do anything. I was given an assignment recently. Up to today, since April, since not January or April, I have not concluded that assignment. Because of what? I cannot lay on my hand on all data that I need. And this thing is giving us problem. I believe in the nearest future, since we have our data management unit, once to give us data, even pertaining to students, pertaining to our staff, every member of staff of our federal college hierarchy, once you need the information, we'll be able to give it to you because we are trying to collect all the data we could need that, okay, I'm working on so. I need data about this delivery. I will immediately, and I believe in the nearest future, we are enjoying our data management unit. We all work, all of us, let me tell you something today. We are all data management officer because once you always work on data, be it students, be it staff, you are managing data and you should keep your data jealously. Let me tell you something. Data is very, very important. Security is important too. Secure your data because if I should run up to exams and record, I'm able to steal one data. It can cause them a lot of problems. If I can walk to registry unit, I still database, we have everything with me. So all of us, we should team up together. In any unit you find yourself, make sure you get your data directly, so that if I walk up to you, I need so data, you'll be able to give it to me. And I pray God Almighty bless us all in Jesus' name.
A round of applause for her again. I'm so happy she is in our group because data collection of data, keeping data, data management is very, very important. We are rounding up now, but I want to challenge us. There's this thing that has been reoccurring. I work in the registry. If I come, maybe after some time, I notice that I didn't see anybody. Some people will say, maybe she wants to reach out to the person. One day I was privileged to say, it's because I like you. When I know that you come on time, you come to work, and I did not see you. Causing demands that I asked, I've not seen this person. Oh, she said she wants to go to the clinic. Oh, he said he wants to go somewhere. Oh, okay, that's correct. And I had an experience, actually 2 experiences. I think one should be about 3 or 4 weeks back. If you are conversant with registry, you know the first person that comes to the office is NSC? Yes. And I got to the office this day. I did not see NSC. I waited 30 minutes. I waited 1 and I called NSC. I did not even, in fact, I did not wait up to 1 hour. And I called NSC. I said, NSC, it is very, very unusual for you not to come before me. I come very early. Most times by 7:30, I'm already on my seat. So you can, I said, NSC, it is very, very unusual for you not to come before me. He said, ma, thank you. I was doing this. That's why I said, now I'm rest assured. And I was very happy. And then something happened last week. I was very tired. And I overslept by some minutes. And I did not come to the office at the time I normally come. And immediately we got to Crescent building, IR&C. NSC's call came in. Ma, I just burst out laughing. I said, NSC, you are wondering that I'm not in the office. He said, yes, because it is very, very unusual. I said, thank you. I'm already at Research Car Park. And you know where I met NSC when I came? He was standing in front of our building. He was looking as if something loose for a hand. I was touched. If NSC can do that to me, then I should do more to other people. When anybody, even if it's your superior officer asked after your welfare, it's not because the person wants to reach out to you. I'm not a witch, I cannot reach out to anybody. I cannot even hunt anybody. It may be coming from a place of care. How do we reason? How do we manage such? Or you go and sit in your office and say, oh, it's because I love you that I'm asking. And whether you like it or not, I'll be asking. Because about 13 years ago, I had an experience. I went for one retreat. I was one of the youngest officers there. Retreat, the principal officers in Agri, in Animal Health, and in IR&C. Pensions Board of Trustees retreat. Because I was the pension officer then, I was there. And then we got to a general session. And they were asking, and you know, because I was one of the youngest, they always want me to be speaking. When they ask the old people, they will say, you are young in the system. You are still young in the system. You should be able to respond. So, there was a scenario. And the thing happened between myself and an officer then. I used to ask, how are you? How's everything? How's the family? Blah, 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 blah. Then one time, I heard some comments. Why is she always asking? And she wants to learn everything about us. They did not know that I heard. And I felt so bad. And I stopped asking. If you like, be okay. If you like, don't be okay. Because of what I heard. So I reported myself at that retreat. And I was told by the facilitator that no, it is not right. That I should not, because some people said, why am I always asking? That I should not, because of that, stop asking about the welfare of people. I said, I'm sorry. I'll take redress. And I came back to the office. I said again, how are you? Did you miss me? How are you? I missed you all. How's everything? And that person came, a male, came into my office, closed the door, and burst into tears. I was moved. I said, what happened? He said he had been waiting for the opportunity that I will ask him, like I usually. How are you? How's everything? How's your wife? How are your children? Everything is okay. Daddy and mommy, everything. He said he had been waiting for that opportunity. He did not see, and nobody asked after him, and he was going through something. He wanted me to ask him so that he would be able to tell me. I felt bad. So I knew that retreat came because of him. And I apologized. I'm very sorry, my brother. It's not my doing. I thought I was doing too much. He said no. And he told me what he was passing through. I apologized. I counseled. And I prayed with him. He said he has been lifted. My people, I will be asking. I will be asking you whether you like it or not. Success, I will be asking. I will be asking. I will be asking you, all of you, how are you? Olusho, I will be asking whether you like it or not. See this mama, if I don't see her, I will be this woman, it's been a while. Where have you been? I did not see her. I'm okay. I did not pass through this way. Okay. She's in Department of Animal Production though. Well, I will ask. I'm not doing too much, please. You are free to ask me. I will even want people to be asking me too. You will ask me. Yes, you too. You will ask me. Do you know what I'm going through? Let's be our brother's keeper. We are working here together. Please, the number of hours we spend at work is the productive hours, the productive periods of our lives. Please, God will continue to help us. We are on the strength of the rain, otherwise I would have dismissed this class. That is why I will say 1A, 1B, 1C, not more than 1 minute, that will just encourage ourselves together. Thank you so much, my fellow administrators, for the wonderful experiences we have had. If there is anybody here that has not gained anything, please put up your hands, let us see that you have not gained anything. Mr. Tayo Abolari, make sure you do what you have not gained anything. Okay, you know now. You know. Pension matter. Pension matter. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. God, please, we have not signed though, so we'll be signing. You know, we have the monopoly of this hall, so we'll be signing. You sign. If you have not signed it, you sign in and you sign out. Please, let's remember, sign in and out. If you know you did not sign out yesterday, please sign out. Let everything be orderly. I thank you very much. God bless you. Yes, yes, we are done for today. Tomorrow, 9